Ah, yes, flat tires, the bane of motorcyclists everywhere. Well, it's inevitable. Everybody's going to get one. So here's how we deal with it and get back home.
Hey, y'all. Everybody's favorite Bumpkin here. Hey, you remember a while back we put together that Get My Ass Back to the House toolkit? Well, we're going to expand on that just a little bit here. Hang on. Let me show you how you can make a Get My Ass Off the Side of the Road because I picked up a damn nail in my tire kit for less than 25 bucks. That's right, less than 25 bucks. I have links for everything down in the description on this video, so take note. The shopping list is down there, all right? Anyway, a couple things we got to gather here. First off, cheap-ass Buddy Bezos air pump. Yeah. Yeah. That instills you with confidence, doesn't it? Hang in there with me. Yeah, don't need that. There. Yeah. Wait a minute. I know what you're thinking, okay? You're thinking, you mean to tell me you expect me to drag that big, ugly damn thing around with me? Yes and no. Hang on a second. I'll show you. First things first, screwdriver. And then gently separate the two halves. And then the outer parts of them, trash receptacle. That's what you're left with. This is the heart and soul of FRANKEN-PUMP, if you will, okay? Hang on a sec. We're getting there. Now, these things are very, very crude and very, very simple. You got this itty-bitty little pump housing right here that's driven by a gear that's turned by this little 12-volt DC motor. Now, the thing is, it doesn't matter which way you wire these things up because as long as this thing's spinning, it's going to push air out the hose into your tire. Let me show you how you set this thing up where you can actually make it compact enough and effective enough to carry on the bike with you because we're not looking for pretty here, okay? We're looking for function. First things first, yeah, good quality shit right there. I ain't even touched it yet and the wire done broke off. You're going to want to resolder these because they didn't do worth a damn at the factory. Watch this. Well, I can't show you that because I touched the other one and it broke off. Yeah. Grab your soldering iron. This stuff that passes for solder that's on the ends of the terminals on this motor, get that crap off of there. We're going to get some real solder float in there, and we're actually going to make wire connections that are going to stay put for more than 12 seconds. Starting out, take the wire they give you. You're going to want that because it's about 6, 7 foot, something like that. But the ends that already broke off, just take your strippers, snip them off of there. And then the sexy complimentary bread tie that Amazon gives you with this thing, yeah, get rid of that thing too and get it out of your way. The cigarette lighter plug, yep, it's going bye-bye as well. Now, here's where you got a couple of options depending on your personal situation and the setup on your personal bike. You can either put alligator clips on one end of this wire, or if you've got a spare trickle charger lead laying around, you can solder that in on this, or you can use a butt splice, whichever you prefer. Me personally, I'm just going to use a shrinky-dink weatherproof type butt splice on these because it's quick, it's easy, and it gets the job done. We're not looking for pretty here. We're looking for function. If you put alligator clips on there, it doesn't matter which direction you hook it up to the battery. Same way with the trickle charger lead, because as long as that pump's rotating, it doesn't matter which direction it's rotating in, it's going to push air. Take a little bit of solder, stick that guy right there. And then we're going to do the same thing for his neighbor. If you guys solder this stuff, be careful because obviously it's hot. I mean, smoke, all that. That should have been a good tip-off. There, cool. Okay, now we got our wires attached to the motor. we're going to want to take a couple of zip ties and wrap around the can of the motor. That way it anchors these wires. That way you don't accidentally jerk the damn things off on the side of the road because, hey, weirder shit has happened, y'all. Okay, let me show you here. If I can quit stepping on my wire. First things first, look right here. I like putting a zip tie around the wire itself and then put another zip tie right behind it to secure the wire to the motor. That way it gives you a little bit of strain relief on that and it keeps you from accidentally giving it a jerk and pulling the wire off the motor connections. And then pass the wire up alongside of it here where the pump housing is, secure that thing over to the side with zip tie number 3. That way it keeps it out of the way and it keeps it from getting sucked up into the gears, because this is something that you're going to want to watch out for, okay? Whenever this thing's running, it's spinning around really damn fast, and yes, you're going to get a boo-boo if you get your finger in there, okay? Same goes with your power wire. You don't want to rip that thing out of there. Now, if you're a sadist, you make sure you clip to your zip ties at a nice 45-degree angle. That way they're sharp as hell, and it'll stab anybody that tries to steal this from you and use it on their bike. Then again, if you're a moderately nice person, just trim them off flush. Now here's the part where you got to be kind of gentle with this thing just a little bit. The gauge on this thing, it threads into the top of this compressor fitting, and it's just plastic thread. So be very careful with it, but you can unscrew that thing, and I'll show you why we're unscrewing it here in just a second. There, good old-fashioned coat hanger wire. Actually, this is TIG rod. I didn't have a coat hanger handy, but y'all get the idea. Take your gauge, bend a loop in the end of a piece of wire that's about 4 inches long. That way it can slide over the threads of the gauge and go around the little flats where you're supposed to maybe use a wrench or something to tighten it in. You're not going to use a wrench to tighten this thing in with, guys. Just use your hand, okay? And even doing it that way, be damn careful because it's plastic. It's cheap, okay? This is a Buddy Bezos special after all. After you make your little hook there, bend you another hook at the top, like so. That way you got something you can hang this thing with, because this thing's going to get hot when it's running. Anytime you compress air, guess what? It gets hot. Anytime you run an electric motor, guess what? It gets hot. You see a pattern forming here? You don't want to be sitting on the side of the road hanging on to this thing. So we slip our wire over our gauge and then gently thread that back in to the compressor, like so. And there. We got a little hangy hook. You can hang this on a brake rotor, belt guard, drive chain, whatever, because you only got about a foot of hose to work with here, okay? The operative term here is compact. So you're going to have some way of hanging this thing, because you don't want it just dangling down by the hose, because if that little spinny gear catches on something, not only is it going to tear it up, it's going to destroy your pump, and guess what? You're back to square zero because you're still stuck on the side of the road with no way to air up a tire. Like I said, leftover trickle charger lead. Again, polarity doesn't matter here. We're just looking to make the pump run, that's all. Ooh, that's some damn thin wire. Yeah, we're going to double that up. Oops. Looks like we're doing it over again because I accidentally cut my wire off. That's better. Take your wire, twist it up like so, and then fold it in half and give it the old Caitlyn Jenner tuck job. Kind of like that. Then if you're an idiot like I am, you cut it off and restrip it again, because you didn't realize that if you folded it in half, it would be just a little bit too big to go into our shrinky-dink, super-duper heat shrink butt splash connector. Yeah. And then you go there. Go there. There. Then just apply a little bit of heat and shrinky-dink your shrinky-dinks. That way, not only does it waterproof your connection, but it also reinforces that and keeps you from pulling the wire out of the butt connector that you just crimped on there. Because let's be real, guys. If you're having to break this out on the side of the road, chances are you're going to be pissed, you're going to be emotional, you're going to be stressed out because flats never happen at a good time. Take some steps now to where you can keep yourself from incapacitating yourself in a bad spot. Ooh, that's toasty. Now we got our wire connector done. Take it, just fold it around your hand, start wrapping it up. This wire is lightweight enough and it's thin enough to where once you get it all wound up in a nifty little loop like so, right there, just give it a twist and it'll hold itself in shape, and then you can tuck all of this in one handy little bundle, right like that. Great, cool. Now what the hell do we do with it? Well, hang on. These little MOLLEE pouches that you get off Amazon, yeah, they're stupid cheap. I mean, remember, this is a $25 or less job here, okay? So that kind of factors into the budget. But you can buy these things off Amazon for $3-4 a piece. I think these worked out to be about $3.50 a pop, something like that. And I would have preferred basic black, but the woodland digiflage pattern here, that was the only thing that I could get in time for the video, at least what I thought was going to be in time for the video, because it took Buddy Bezos 11 days longer than it should have to get me my damn air pumps. Regarding these little MOLLEE pouches, these things are handy as hell. This style here that I've got, it's got two different compartments. They expand, and they got little divider pouches on the inside. And, yep. Nope, they didn't give me a package of chiclets. Usually there's this little package of gum in there. It says do not eat this. I don't know why. It's real tasty. Kind of chewy for a while, though. So you take your air pump blob and you put that in one side of your pouch because that's about all the room you're going to have for it is in one side of it. The other side, we got some stuff that's going to go in there. Yes, it's a little bit of a struggle, snuggle, whatever you want to call it. It will fit. There's that half. Here's the other half. This is one of the cheapest tire plug kits that I could find on Amazon. And the thing is, if I'm not mistaken, these things came to the table for about $3 a piece. Now there's 5 strings, 2 tools, and a tube of glue in there, and this not exactly safe and friendly looking razor blade. Careful, that thing's sharp. It'll get in your ass like a bicycle without a seat. Now they give you this stupid little blue bag, and we're going to get rid of that because it's just taking up space. Take your not so safety-minded safety razor here, drop that in the other side of your MOLLEE pouch, then open up your tire plug kit. These little strings that's on the cards, a couple different ways you can do these. You can leave them like this and they'll slide right into that pouch, or if you want to save a little bit of space, do like I do. Take some scissors and slice along in between each one of them. They're still going to be wrapped up, they're not going to stick to anything, but they take up a little less real estate inside your bag, especially since you got pretty limited space to begin with here. So we're going to take those guys and we're going to cram them down in there. Now, my biggest gripe about these little cheap plug kits like this is they give you this tube of glue. And the thing is, once you pop the seal on this, the stuff's gone. You might as well consider it a one-time use application. Well, hopefully you ain't using 5 tire plugs to fix a hole in your tire. If you do, Bubba, you got problems, okay? But it's kind of a pain in the ass only being able to use this once. So what I did, I bought some extras. Now, I don't know exactly how many tires I'm anticipating on plugging with this kit, but you know what? 1 tube of glue is mandatory. 3 is better. And by the way, these little extra tubes that I bought, they're about half the size of the original tube that came with this kit. So that's why I'm putting 2 extras in there just in case, because you got to have enough to get the job done. Then you take your tools, put one of them in upside down. That way you can save space in your pouch. And then take the other one, put it right side up. Again, so you can save space in your pouch and get this thing to actually zip closed. There it is. Basic kit. Tire plug kit, air pump. Yeah, everything you need to get your ass back home. But wait, there's more. It really helps if you got something to dig the offending nail or drywall screw or fishing lure or whatever in the hell the case may be that has decided to so rudely insert itself into your motorcycle tire. Yeah, pair of cheap side cutters. Now the thing is, these have got the little springs in them, and I hate those. It drives me absolutely insane. Just grab you a pair of needle nose pliers, rip that little bastard out of there, get rid of him. And then these are just the right size. You can put them in your pouch along with your tire tools. Now, I ain't gonna lie, it's a tight damn fit, but it does fit. And there. You got your normal MOLLEE straps here that snap over. Then you got the straps on the backside to where if you need to, you can loop it through, secure it with zip ties or whatever. And even after all that, at the end of the day, you still got this handy little flap on the front with a stretchy pouch to where, like, if you need to put a pair of rubber gloves or something like that, or a tire gauge, or I don't know, maybe a itty bitty little flashlight because it does get dark at times. Hey, you still got some options there. And also, if you guys think back to when we put together the tool roll the other day, yeah, pack the tire irons. Well, that just happened. Yes, they're cheap. Yes, it's from Amazon. And yes, they're not exactly big, but then again, they're not itty bitty tiny neither, and it sure beats the hell out of trying to wrestle with a damn screwdriver. Seriously. It really beats using a damn screwdriver. The cool thing is, these are sized to where they go in our tool roll.
Excuse me, sir. I don't think that manufacturers approve a plug for repairing your tire, in the interest of safety.
Shut up, nerd! What part of emergency roadside kit did you miss, okay? This isn't meant to be a permanent repair. This is something to get our ass back to the house and everything, instead of having to make that dreaded phone call to your buddy that you'll be indebted to for the rest of your life to have him come bring a trailer and a truck to pick you up. Either that or waiting around on the side of the highway for 5 hours for AAA, if not longer. Now, the thing is, guys, yes, this is a serious matter, okay? You need to be able to use your own judgment here. Now, I hate to tell you this, but if you've got spoke wheels where you know there's a tube inside that tire, guess what, boys? You're shit out of luck, and you're going to have to make that call, unfortunately. But that's where the tire irons come in our roadside toolkit, okay? If you've got the ability and you've got the know-how to be able to pull the wheel off of the tire, pull the wheel off of the bike and then spoon the tire off of the rim to where you can actually patch your tube, hey, brother, you're in like Flynn. Just don't forget to pull the nail out, or else you're going to be doing it all over again, and you're really going to be pissed off when you got to do it for the second time. But for the rest of everybody that uses tubeless tires, a string plug, rope plug, whatever you want to call it, a goober rope, gummy snake, whatever, it's perfectly fine for using as a temporary repair. Now, obviously, if you run over a railroad spike, yeah, you're a bit out of your league. But for your average drywall screw, finishing nail, odd random piece of metal, it's enough to get you back home, get you up and running, get you off the highway. Now, after you get back to the house, I would strongly advise you to take it to your local independent shop and either replace the tire or have them evaluate your tire to see if it's a candidate to be able to put a tube inside of it, because if you've got a decent amount of tread left on your tire, yeah, there's nothing wrong with putting a tube inside that thing. Go ahead and run it out. I mean, you already paid for it. You might as well get your money's worth out of it. But be real with yourself here. If you got a lot of wear on the tire and there's not a whole lot of tread left, you're kind of throwing good money after bad by trying to put a tube in there to milk the last 1,000, 1,500 miles out of a tire, because you're paying for the job twice. Go ahead, break down, buy a tire. It's better that way. Like I said, this is meant to be a emergency, get me out of a badass spot type of kit, okay? I would not recommend that you run around with a plug in your tire for an extended period of time. Shame on me, I know. We're all guilty, we've all done it, but, you know, obligatory disclaimer here, guys. It's bad, don't do it. It'll make your kids be born ugly. Anyway, hope you had fun with Safety Stand, and also, I hope you guys had fun with 2025, because by the time y'all see this video, hey, guess what? It's New Year's. Happy 26, y'all. Strap in, folks. We're just getting started. Oh, by the way, I bought enough stuff to where I was able to produce a couple extra of these kits. And, you know, it's been a while since we've done anything, and I feel like giving you guys a little bit of something. So, we ain't too terribly far off from hitting 6,000 people over on the channel. Hey, Brian. Everybody say hi to Brian.
Hey, how you doing?
Wave. Smile. We're live right now. Oh, no, that's total bullshit. I'm recording. That's the beauty of being the editor. No, I told you I was fucking with you. Anyway, I bought enough of this stuff because I got a good deal on it, and I wound up with 2 more of these kits. Spares, if you will. And it's been a while since we've done anything, and you know what? We ain't too far off from having 6,000 subscribers there on the channel. So here's the deal. Once we hit that 6K mark, we're going to take all the members and we're going to, you know, throw them into a random number generator. And whenever we draw out your name, hey, guess what? You're going to get a message from me over on YouTube and everything, and I'm going to get your shipping information, and I'm going to send you one of these things just as a way of saying, hey, thanks, and I appreciate you sharing some brain space with me. Now, Patreon crowd, guess what? We're doing the same thing with y'all, okay? So I got one for YouTube, I got one for Patreon. Here we go. And there may be some more stuff in the very near future that we're going to be announcing here on the channel as far as products and things that people might be interested in. So keep your ears peeled for that, okay? If you like the video, and if you like what we're doing here, and if you like some of the common sense, no bullshit ways to keep your bike on the road, save a little bit of coin in the process, and keep old bikes out there where they belong, hey, like the video, share the video. Even if you don't like the video, let's help spread the message. Just because it's old doesn't mean it doesn't have value. And trust me, ain't nothing dead until it's buried, y'all. Think of it as a active mechanical necromancy. We bring them back from the dead all the time here. Anyway, gang, just remember, I love you. I appreciate the hell out of you. I'll catch you on the flip side.
Force will be with you.